is an Audi all-road. It is the second worst car ever manufactured in the entire history of the automobile.
It's only second worst because of this, a 2002, Kia Spectra, which is truly the worst car in the history of the automobile.
And today, I'm going to put both of these cars out of their misery by running them over with this, my Land Rover Defender. Rather than accept that generous payout of negative $39, Filippo abandoned this Kia on the street in West Philadelphia a year ago with the key inside and the door unlocked. It was still sitting there a couple of weeks ago after a year, admittedly with the windshield bashed in, when we decided that it was time to do something useful with it, namely crush it with my Defender. And now, with that out of the way, I'm going to tow the Kia over to where the all-road is. I've hooked up my tow strap. Time to do it. Well, that's a shame, really. Now, before I crush these two cars, I've decided to put them through a series of highly technical, thorough scientific tests. For example, I've always kind of wondered what would happen if you hooked a tow strap up to a car's steering wheel and then tried to pull it. So today, figure, why not find out?
And so, with the tow strap fastened to the steering wheel, I backed my Range Rover into place. And then I went for it. Initially, it seemed like nothing much had happened, but on closer investigation of the steering wheel, look at this. Steering wheels are insanely tough, and this isn't easy to do, but now this one had a hole in it. In fact, it seemed like the entire steering column had been destroyed by the force of this pull. Then it was time for the next scientific test.
Next up, we're going to try to see what happens when we hook the tow strap onto the roof rack. Here goes.
And so I secured the tow strap to the roof rack, I backed into place, and not surprisingly, the roof rack gave way, but it held its ground longer than I expected. So long that the car actually moved from where it had been towed. But the scientific tests weren't over yet.
Now we've tried a different method. I've wrapped the tow strap around the B-pillar and I'm going to pull it from here. Let's see what happens.
Once again, I secured the tow strap, I backed into place, and I began the test. And just in case you want to see that again from another angle, because I know you do, here you go.
All right, now that we've flipped the all-road over and we've sufficiently stood around for a while and stared at it, we're now going to flip it back over using the only method that I know how, the tow strap.
And so, once again, I got back into place, and once again, I accelerated forward. And the all-road was back.
All right, a little post-mortem of the all-road here, now that it's been rolled back over and a lot of stuff has been done to it. You know, I've been making fun of German engineering in context of this car, but I have to admit, look at this. This thing has been on its roof, and all the doors still open. This panel is buckled a little bit. The hatch opens. That's pretty good. On this side, there's some stuff on the ground. The front has been compressed a little bit, no surprise, but it hasn't impacted the passenger compartment. I mean, you could still be sitting in there and you'd be fine. Next up, I've always wondered what happens if you slash the tires with a giant knife.